Welcome to the first part of the Roger Federer forehand video analysis series. Now in this series I want to take a close look at what makes Roger's forehand so great and also talk about some of the concepts that you can apply to your own forehand. With his forehand, Roger can do just about anything he wants from anywhere on the court. He can hit the ball with heavy topspin, he can hit the ball flat, he can create short cross-court angles, and he can also block the ball if really fast balls are coming into his forehand. Now this is in large part due to great technique, and it all starts with Roger's forehand grip. Here you can see an image of Roger with his forehand grip. This was taken just after a forehand shot where he still has his forehand grip in hand and hasn't changed the grip at all. Now Roger has a very conservative grip with his index knuckle on bevel number 3, which is often called an Eastern forehand grip. Let's take a look at a close-up here of Roger's forehand grip. The circle that you see here is Roger's index knuckle, and as we can see, it is positioned along the side of the racket on bevel number 3. Here you see an image from my tennis grips video where I show the Eastern forehand grip. Now on the right side you can see the index knuckle and heel pad as reference points, and bevel number 3 is on the outside of the racket, as you can see. If you haven't seen my tennis grips video, I highly recommend you go ahead and watch that one. You can find it on the YouTube channel. The Eastern forehand grip that Roger uses has a lot of advantages. It allows you to effectively deal with low balls as well as high balls. You can hit flat shots and you can also hit with heavy topspin. One other big advantage is the fact that from this grip, the switch to your backhand grip goes a lot quicker because you have a shorter distance to move your hand. And this is a big advantage when you're under time pressure. Two common examples where this comes into play are the return of serve and when you're dealing with really fast balls, especially on fast surfaces, where you have to make quick switches from forehand to backhand and the other way around. Now that we know about Roger's forehand grip, let's take a look at the beginning of his swing, which is the unit turn. Here we see Roger with his feet in the air just before coming back to the ground for his split step. And here you can see the split step. Now this is the important part. From here, Roger is going to start with the unit turn. Let's take a look at that in super slow motion. As you can see, Roger initiates the backswing by turning his entire body as a unit. He's turning the shoulders and the hips until he gets into this fully coiled position. Let's take a look at that a few more times so that you get a really good visual idea of what the unit turn should look like. As we can see, Roger is really just turning the body and his arms are doing almost nothing. And that's a crucial aspect. Most players make the mistake of initiating the backswing with the arm and not using the body enough. One aspect that really helps with the unit turn is to keep the left hand on the throat of the racket while you're turning. Let's take a close look at that. As you can see, Roger keeps his left hand on the throat of the racket all the way until right here. From this position, he lets go of the racket with the left hand, but continues to straighten out that left arm and gets it all the way parallel to the baseline, which you can see right here. This is another crucial position, and getting that arm parallel to the baseline really assures that you properly turn your body. From here, Roger is going to let the racket drop and start his forward swing, which we'll talk about in the next video. Okay, so much for part 1 of this Roger Federer forehand video analysis series. We talked about Roger's conservative grip and the advantages that it brings with it. We also talked about the unit turn and the importance of keeping your left hand on the throat of the racket while you're turning, as well as straightening out that left arm and getting that parallel to the baseline to assure that you get a full upper body turn.